Dating a sex addict. You know, every once in a while we get this email, Dr. Weiss, I'm dating a guy or a gal who acknowledges they have a sex addiction. That might be pornography, that might be masturbation, it might be that they cheated, they might go to strip clubs, it might be that they're going on all these apps and websites to hook up. It can mean anything, okay? But what is a sex addict? It's someone who uses sex to medicate. They're not dealing with life straight up, they're medicating. They're staying emotionally, spiritually, and morally immature. Okay, now, someone who has a sex addiction who's admitting they have a sex addiction, okay, and they're willing to work on it, which we'll talk about in a second, maybe that's someone you want to continue to date. But if you're dating someone who's actively a sex addict and they're in denial, no, everyone does this is just the way I am, I've always done it this way, all the guys do this, okay, well then you're dating someone who's in denial about their addiction. And I would say that no matter what the addiction is, alcohol, drugs, sex, food, it wouldn't really matter. I would say, well, if you want to date someone who's going to stay 14 years old, be immature and make bad choices their whole life and have destruction all over their life, emotionally, financially, and relationships, then you should keep dating that person, because that's the future of that person. Now, if you want a future of stability and someone who can relate to you and be emotionally intimate and be morally mature with you, then I would not date someone who's an active addict who's not getting better. Now, I've been sober for many addictions, alcohol and drugs for over 35 years, sex addiction for over 30 years, okay, and I grew up. And there is hope if a man or woman is doing these things. They're going to recovery groups, they have an accountability partner, if they have a sex addiction, they've blocked their cell phone, their social media and stuff like that. Any avenues of acting out, they've blocked. They make their accountability calls to their person on a regular basis, and you would know that person's name, okay? And they're doing some kind of workbooks, or they're going to counseling. If they've got that going on in their life, and then I would say this, that's a reasonable person who's dealing with an issue, and that's great. And then one more caveat, measure that. You know, trust but verify. So if you're dating a person, say, listen, you're in sexual addiction recovery, thank you for being honest with me. I just want a polygraph every 3 months while we're dating to verify that you're staying clean, that you're killing the dragon, so that if you do marry me, I'm safe. And that's a reasonable request. And if they're unwilling to do that, then you're marrying someone who may continue to stay in an addictive cycle and cause you secular pain, guaranteed, and you may want to rethink dating a sex addict. But if they're in recovery, they have accountability, they're willing to do a polygraph, that's a reasonable bet, and you can take the process, you know, 1 day at a time, 1 month at a time, 6 months at a time, and see where it goes.